Hello folks. Not quite ready to do my guitar videos for you just yet, but they'll be coming soon. I was up really late last night because my friend Sonny Greenwich Jr. Was having a live stream, and I got to actually sort of join that stream and chat with some people, so that was really nice. But as a result, I've kind of wasted away a day off here. But I'm also talking to a bunch of my friends on Twitter about some of the paperwork issues that people find in China, foreigner and Chinese alike. So I thought for those of you not familiar with the processes in China, that I would go over that just for your personal edification. So the first thing, this is for all Chinese people, and for those of us who kind of just retired here and we do the family visa things. This is a household register. Whatever city this book is taken out in, this is where you live. Period. This is very different from the Western system. Say, if you're a child and your family moves from one city to another, let's say moves from Montreal to Toronto when you're like 6 years old and you live your whole life in Toronto, when people ask where you're from, you're going to say Toronto. In China, you still have to say Montreal, unless you get everything, all your paperwork changed around. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. But every person in your family is registered in this book. Official stamps and whatnot. On the first page, I'm going to be careful about showing stuff, is my wife's first husband and my wife's information. The year of her birth, and her son Carl. And that's it. And then the rest of the pages are blank. So if she had another child, this child would be registered in this book. And you need to present this when you do family visas and whatnot. Also, when you get married here in China, both you and your spouse get this little red book. Rather than just, sign a piece of paper which is stored with the government, you actually get a little book, and there's like, that's it, like there's one page. So this one's mine. There's a picture of my wife and I. God, we look so much younger than we do now. The day we got married. My name, my date of birth, my wife's date of birth, her ID number, that kind of stuff. And we each get one of those. Now, for me, and this is mostly what I was talking about on Twitter, I have to have one of these things. These cost no money. This is my registration voucher of residence for visitors from overseas. So let's say I wanted to go do an overnight in Shanghai. So when I go to the hotel registers me as being in Shanghai. This is why a lot of hotels right now won't take foreigners, because it's very bothersome. And that information needs to be transferred to the police station. So that immediately cancels this paper. You don't get a paper at the hotel, but when you come back home the next day, you have to go back to the police station and get another one of these papers. There's no charge for these papers, but you need to tell them. Now what they're doing is they're saying, like on WeChat, just send us a message if you're planning on traveling. It just makes it easier. The police say, this is such a pain. You have a lot of foreigners who like to, every time they get a holiday or every weekend or whatever, they will go to a different city and just go look around China. And then every time they come back, they have to go back to the police station. So like once a week, they're in the police station getting another one of these papers. And the police hate it. It's sort of a make-work project. Me, I never go anywhere. I'm still valid. I'm a really boring individual. I would rather stay home with my guitars than to travel all around. Although there are a lot of things that I really want to see in China, but later. Once they kind of sort through all this stuff and get a system that works for everybody. But this just tells them this is where I am, this is where I live. And of course you have cameras all over the place. But that's mainly for traffic and, you know, speeding, blowing through red lights. If anybody has a problem, on Twitter there was one where a guy was having a health issue and pulled his car over, and they were able to get to him, get him out, get him to a hospital in like no time flat. So there are some benefits. Me, I don't worry about these things. I don't consider this an affront to my privacy. I am in somebody else's country, and they want to know where I am, and I'm okay with that. They don't use it to make my life miserable. They just, you know, we have these rules about foreign people in China. You need, you know, household papers, and, you know, now they come to my house every couple of months, 2-3 months, to look at my visa, which has never changed. It's all the same. Take my picture. They're just in and out in a minute. It's just part of the paperwork process. There's a lot of people here, and so they kind of make work for all these people. But I get along with them all fine. Everybody's very social, very polite with me, and I'm polite with them. Dual respect back and forth, and I don't have problems. You know, I'm always chatting with the police, and you know, because they're curious like any other Chinese person. You know, where are you from? How long you been in China? You know, they're interested because they don't get to meet too many foreign people. And personally, I kind of like the attention. You know, I'm a performer and I'm an entertainer, and I want that attention. So I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not robbing banks and stuff. So I don't have to worry about, you know, the evil police hunting me down. It's just, you know, they have their way, we have our way, they're different. One of the things that really irritates me is how people will slap Western thinking onto China and say, why? China is a different country with a different political system, with a different social system, and you just need to be respectful of it when you're a foreigner here in China. So hopefully that was a little bit interesting. You know, there's paperwork coming out the wazoo here. There's a lot of bureaucracy, but that's true in any country. Certainly true in Canada, where I come from. And I just hope that it's kind of an interesting little thing for you to look at. And we will see you soon with some guitar stuff. Bye for now.